Well, here we are. I'm going to start with the Gauge 1 project. Here's the book, which is readily available from the Gauge 1 Model Railway Association, and I'm doing it in traditional way. I've started with the frames. I've built up the buffer beams, drag bar, made the bearings for the wheel axles. I've done the axles, crank axle, but also I know it's right at the end of the book, but I couldn't resist building up the buffers. That's in the tender part right at the end, but I just felt I needed to do something a little interesting. And there we are, build them up of steel and brass. Now I've just got to solder my bearings into my frames, and then I can bolt it all together. Well, after building my frames, I decided to turn the wheels. I've never turned any Gauge 1 wheels before, so I've started making a Crampton model as well, just out of some scrap parts I've got in my shed. So I practiced on some old castings I had, just to get the feel of it, because I thought, well, these Gauge 1 wheels, I've paid about £6 each for them. I didn't want to make a mess of any of them, but I'm really pleased how they come out. Really nice castings. And here we have all parts set out for my project cylinder. With the cylinder block finished, I actually used a reamer on that instead of boring it out. I'm just waiting for a 7BA tap and die to come, so I can finish those two little bits there, and then I shall have it all together and give it a test. Well, I've put the piston in the cylinder and the end covers on. Now supposedly it's gone together right and your machining's okay. The piston should snap back when you try and pull it. That seems to be working okay at that side. And there we go. I've used rubber O-rings instead of graphite string on all joints, and then just normal gasket paper for cylinder end covers, just soaked in a little bit of oil. Well, I've started to get the cylinder together more. I've got the trunk guide in and the conrod, but I'm still waiting for a 7BA tap and die to arrive so I can finish off the steam chest. So while I've been waiting for that, I've started making the components for the slip eccentric. I've not quite filed out the eccentric yet, there's still a little bit of work to do on that, but I've got to be honest, I really enjoyed making this. I'll drill rest of holes in end of the tie bar once it's been fitted into frames.